This new version of Kylian Mbappé is straight up terrifying. And it's not just because he's banging in goals like a robot on overdrive. It's because he's finally looking like the complete forward Real Madrid thought they were getting when they signed him. Last season, it felt like Madrid had a superstar who was mostly out for himself. This year, they've got a beast who's all about the team. And that changes everything. So, what's different? And why is he suddenly so much better? This season, Mbappé's on another level. He's not just scoring, he's owning games in a way we didn't see last year. 9 goals in 8 matches, a massive presence in the Champions League, and he's either scoring or setting up goals in pretty much every game so far. But it's not just the numbers that stand out, it's how he's playing. The guy's added new layers to his game. It's not only about finishing anymore, he's creating chances. 18 key moments so far, and his passing stats are among the best in La Liga. He's pressing like a madman, winning the ball back in the opponent's half, and even topping the league in duels won. The player people used to call lazy, he's now one of the most relentless forwards on the pitch. When you watch him now, you're not just seeing a goal scorer. You're seeing a guy who's ready to sprint, link up with teammates, and do whatever it takes to help the team win. This is the Mbappé Real Madrid was waiting for. But to really get why this version feels so scary, we've got to rewind and look at how things were just 1 season ago. Let's be real. Mbappé's first year at Madrid was weird. On paper, his stats were insane. 31 goals in La Liga, 42 across all competitions, and he even broke a club record for goals in a debut season. He was scoring in 7 different tournaments. No one in Madrid's history had done that in their first year. Sounds legendary, right? But dig a little deeper, and things weren't so perfect. Madrid got goals from him, sure, but not much else. He wasn't pressing, wasn't running much, and kept drifting into the same spaces as his teammates, especially Vinicius and Rodrigo. Too often, it looked like Mbappé was playing his own game, while the other 10 guys were just watching, and that cost them big time. Madrid finished second in La Liga, crashed out of the Champions League, and ended the season without a single major trophy. For a club like Real Madrid, that's a disaster. Things got so bad that Carlo Ancelotti lost his job. The real issue was balance, or the lack of it. With Vinicius, Mbappé, and Rodrigo all wanting similar roles, the attack just didn't click. There was no pressing, the defense was a mess, and Madrid looked like a team built around a superstar who wasn't ready to adapt. It got even uglier at the Club World Cup. The Club World Cup was like a neon sign flashing everything that was wrong with Madrid and Mbappé last season. For a club like Madrid, that tournament should have been a walk in the park. But instead, it exposed how incomplete they were. Paris Saint-Germain knocked them out in the semi-finals, and honestly, it wasn't even a surprise. Mbappé had his moments, like that unreal volley against Dortmund in the quarters. But those flashes were rare. When it came to the crunch match against his old club PSG, he was a ghost. 90 minutes on the pitch with 0 impact. That was the story of his whole season. He could produce highlight reel moments, but he couldn't carry the team through the big games. To make matters worse, the breakout star of that tournament wasn't even Mbappé. It was Gonzalo Garcia, a young striker from Madrid's academy who was banging in goals in all 3 group stage matches. People even started whispering whether he deserved more minutes than Mbappé or Vinicius, because at least he brought some balance. That tells you how rough things got in the attack. By the end of the season, there were real doubts about whether Mbappé could ever fit into this Madrid side. Sure, he was scoring, but the team around him was falling apart. That was the big question heading into this season. Could any coach make him work in the system? Enter Xabi Alonso. When Alonso took over this season, he saw La Liga as a fresh start and a chance to fix all the weaknesses exposed at the Club World Cup. The first thing he did? Made Mbappé the centerpiece. No hesitation. No messing around with benching him. Mbappé started every game and has only missed 16 minutes all season. That tells you everything about Alonso's trust in him. But the real difference is how Alonso's using him. He's not just throwing Mbappé out there and hoping for goals. He's giving him specific roles in a clear system. Take the season opener against Osasuna. Mbappé played as a classic center forward, sticking central, hugging the last defender, and waiting for runs in behind. He scored the game winner in a gritty 1-0 victory. Simple, but deadly. Then, a week later against Espanyol, Alonso flipped the script. He paired Mbappé with Gonzalo Garcia, but didn't play them side by side. Instead, Mbappé dropped deeper as a second striker, linking play with the midfield and pressing high to disrupt Espanyol's build-up. After the game, Alonso broke it down. Today, he was more of a playmaker, like how Gonzalo Higuaín used to play. He nailed it. That's the shift. Mbappé's not allowed to just roam wherever he wants anymore. He's got clear jobs: stretch defenses, link play, or lead the press. And because of that, he looks sharper, hungrier, and way more involved than he ever did under Ancelotti. But here's the thing. As good as Mbappé's been, there's still one big question lingering. Can he and Vinicius actually play together? Even with Mbappé looking sharper than ever, there's a problem Madrid can't ignore: his partnership with Vinicius. Last season, Ancelotti basically gave up on making them work together. He switched to a defensive 4-4-2, leaned on counterattacks, and hoped one of them would pull something off. Most of the time, it didn't work. They kept drifting into the same spaces, stepping on each other's toes, and Madrid's attack looked more chaotic than dangerous. This year, Alonso hasn't fully cracked the code either. Vinicius is still working his way back to full fitness, so the pair have only started a few games together, but the issues are familiar. Mbappé naturally drifts to the left flank. Vinicius doesn't like cutting inside, and their link-up play just isn't clicking. Instead of complementing each other, it often feels like they're fighting for the same patch of grass. For Madrid to hit their ceiling, Alonso's got to solve this puzzle. It's not enough for Mbappé to score on his own. The system needs to unlock both him and Vinicius at the same time. So, how's Alonso getting the best out of Mbappé? From day one, he made it clear that Madrid was going to have structure, tight defensive lines, coordinated pressing, smart possession. All of a sudden, they look like a team that hunts as a unit, not 11 guys doing whatever they feel like. And right at the heart of it is Mbappé. But here's the key difference. Alonso's not using him as a traditional number 9. He's turned him into a hybrid forward. Part striker, part creator, operating in that dangerous space between a 9 and a 10. Instead of just waiting for the ball, Mbappé's dropping deep, linking with the midfield, then exploding into the box at the right moment. The pressing is another massive change. Last season, he barely bothered opponents. This year, he's one of the leaders in winning the ball back in the opposition's half. Alonso demands a coordinated press from the front, and Mbappé's bought into it. He's winning duels, tracking back, and setting the tone. When the other team tries to build from the back, he's often the first to force a mistake. This isn't just an improvement, it's a complete mindset shift. Physically, he's a different animal too. After dropping weight and struggling through a rough patch last year, he came back this season stronger than ever. Madrid staff built him a custom training plan, and Mbappé added his own work on sprinting. The result? 4 kilos of muscle added to a frame already built for speed. His bursts are sharper, his explosiveness is back, and his finishing has hit another level. Even Alonso's admitted he loves seeing him in this kind of shape, and it shows. But it's not only about the goals. Mbappé's creating more chances than he did in long stretches last season. His passing accuracy's up, his one-touch play is cleaner, and he's part of Madrid's build-up, instead of being isolated up top. When you watch him now, you're not just seeing a finisher, you're seeing a complete forward who's bending the game to his will. That's why this version of Mbappé feels so intimidating. At PSG, he often looked like a superstar squeezed into a team that didn't quite fit him. Last year at Madrid, he was a goal scorer who didn't mesh with the system. But under Alonso, he is the system. He's the engine, the finisher, the focal point, and the first line of defense. Real Madrid isn't just showcasing Kylian Mbappé anymore. Real Madrid is Mbappé. The real test, of course, is still coming. When Vinicius is back at 100%, the chemistry between them isn't there yet, and Alonso's still got to figure that out. But with Mbappé playing like this, Madrid already looks transformed. Which brings us to the big question. How far can this new Mbappé take them, and what does it mean for their future? The truth is, last season, Mbappé was a superstar scoring goals but leaving Madrid unbalanced. He didn't press, didn't fit in, and the team collapsed around him. This season, under Alonso, everything's flipped. He's sharper, stronger, and finally playing like part of the unit. He's pressing, creating, linking play, and still scoring at an elite level. Now, the goals are clear. The Champions League, the one trophy missing from his collection, is firmly in his sights. If he keeps this up, Madrid's absolutely one of the favorites to win it. And if he does that while maintaining these numbers, the Ballon d'Or isn't just a possibility anymore. It's more than a dream. It's within reach.